Few bands have embraced contradiction and blurred boundaries as fearlessly as Placebo. Known for their glam-grunge aesthetic, gender-bending presence, and emotionally charged anthems like Pure Morning, Every You, Every Me, and The Bitter End, Placebo carved out a unique space in alternative rock. Their sound was raw yet elegant, melodic yet harsh, deeply personal yet defiantly detached. But before their music turned heads in the late 90s, one question had to be answered. What do you call a band that thrives on tension, illusion, and vulnerability? The name Placebo was chosen with a deliberate sense of irony and intention. Founders Brian Molko and Stefan Olstall were forming a band in the mid-1990s after leaving behind previous musical endeavors that didn't reflect their artistic vision. They wanted a name that reflected the emotional ambiguity and psychological complexity they planned to bring into their music. Placebo, a word borrowed from medical terminology, refers to a substance with no therapeutic effect that is given to a patient in the guise of medicine. It's the illusion of healing, where belief alone makes someone feel better. Molko, who has always had a taste for clever contradictions, loved the implications of the name. In a world filled with false cures, emotional facades, and quick fixes for deep wounds, placebo became a fitting metaphor. Their music, much like the word itself, explored themes of self-deception, emotional numbness, and the power of belief. It was a name that felt clinical and cold on the surface, but when paired with the band's raw sound and poetic lyrics, it turned into something hauntingly human. The irony of the name also suited their stance in the Brit-pop-dominated 1990s scene. While bands like Oasis and Blur leaned into masculinity and British swagger, Placebo offered something far more fluid, both sonically and visually. Molko's androgynous appearance, paired with the band's glam-influenced fashion and gender-fluid expression, made them instantly stand out. Their name, suggesting something unreal or superficial, became a bold statement. Even if we're the illusion, we're more real than the lies you've been sold. Placebo's choice of name also reflected their anti-commercial stance. In an era where marketing often dictated a band's image, they chose a name that wasn't easy, sexy, or safe. It wasn't a call to fun or escapism. It was a challenge to think, to feel, and to confront uncomfortable truths. Placebo sounded sterile and ambiguous, but that ambiguity became their strength. It allowed them to be anything: intimate, abrasive, beautiful, ugly, queer, angry, detached. When their debut self-titled album dropped in 1996, the name and the music fused into a complete identity. The band became a placebo in the cultural bloodstream, an emotional provocation disguised as just another rock act. But fans quickly discovered that the effect was anything but fake. Their songs spoke to outsiders, to the misfits and romantics who didn't find solace in the mainstream. And just like a placebo, belief in the band's music often delivered something very real: catharsis. Today, Placebo's name is iconic in its own right. It represents more than just a band. It symbolizes resistance, duality, and the beautiful ache of being human in a world full of facades. It's a reminder that sometimes the most powerful medicine doesn't come from science. It comes from art.